This is Derailed!
Alright, hello and welcome to Derailed, Episode 1. The first official run of our playthrough of the most minimalistic set of RPG rules we could find / adapt off the internet. My name is Matt and I will be your DM today. Our player to my left is Eric.
Hello.
And our other player is Brandon.
Hey.
So we're going to be playing Derailed, a system based off some stuff we found online. Brandon, do you want to explain Derailed really quick?
So this is based on a game system called Roll for Your Shoes. You start out with a skill called Do Anything at level 1. Your level dictates the number of 6-sided dice that you roll. If you roll all 6s when you're making a skill check, you get a new skill that's one level up from whatever you were just rolling, and it has to be a subset of whatever action you were taking. If you fail, you get 1 experience point, which can be used to convert a future die roll to a 6 for the purposes of gaining skills, but not for the actual skill check itself. Everything else is made up as we go along.
I think we're just going to roll right into this.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you guys have any questions or concerns to start with?
Nope. None.
Then you find yourself in a train car.
Oh, man. Do we have initiative? Who goes first?
I said we just keep
Let's keep going with the clockwise thing. So Eric, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
Okay, I'm going to do just a personal roll to see if I'm hungover. I am not hungover. Or was that a roll for hungover? I'm very hungover. I throw up in the corner.
God damn it. You start every campaign
everything with excrement.
These are fucking fluids.
I'll try not to do that every time. It's the only thing I can think of.
Pick some earwax and wipe it on the guy next to me.
All right, Brandon, you're up.
Okay, I'm looking around the room, and it looks like the door to the train car is locked. It looks like a pretty rudimentary lock. So I'm going to... there's someone's personal effects in there, like a suitcase and like a trunk and stuff. So I'm going to roll to see if I can rifle through that and find a key to the door to the car so we can get out. Probably not.
2. You are unsuccessful in locating a key. What do you locate?
I'm gonna say that I find some bobby pins and a hammer.
You gonna hammer some bobby pins?
I don't know why there would be a hammer. Like a small ball peen, like he has like a toolkit for like doing delicate work, and he has a little bit like a tiny ball peen hammer.
So like it's the personal effects of a makeup artist who maybe occasionally has to get in there and do some adjusting with a ball peen.
Yeah, what is it? Not jarhead, blockhead work.
Blockhead work? Oh God! Oh,
tap that nail in there.
Oh. Is that when the hairspray is on just a little too thick and you can't get the hairpins in? You gotta smack it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely revolting.
All right.
Okay. What's your character's name, by the way, Brandon?
Vincent Company.
Vincent Company. All right, so our boy Vincent over here, not to assume your gender, but our boy Vincent over here has been rifling through the personal effects. There is now a big, messy pile of personal artifacts, including some personal grooming things, some small bits and bobs of hardware, nothing bigger than a ball peen hammer, as he described. Eric, what's your character's name?
Michael.
Vincent and Michael. Wait, are those the guys from Pulp Fiction? I know Vincent was.
They should be.
Vinny and Mikey.
There you go.
All right. So I'm gonna take a look around the room, see if there's anything else I can find. Any other like piles of something that I can rifle through. So this would be a search skill, or
we discussed search skills.
Okay.
Now, because the whole gaff of this game is that the players have the most agency for creating the environment and the universe you guys play in, it doesn't really make sense for you guys to do an observation, look around check, unless it was like, we've established there's 10 million stars in the sky, and I want to see if I can pinpoint the exact one that the signal's coming from, or something like that.
So like what I just did, I described some objects that I wanted to search, rather than being like a general, like, what do I see in the room? I said, like, I see these things in the room, now I want to search through them and determine whether I actually find, like, the stuff that I wanted to find a key, I didn't find a key.
Right.
But that was the point of it. Yeah.
So he's established the context of a certain part of the rail car. There's at least one corner that has a now completely disheveled pile of personal goods and grooming tools.
Gotcha. Okay, so I then, instead of searching, I'm going to grab the items my companion has found, and I'm going to see if I can pick the lock of the door.
You're going to attempt to pick the lock?
I'm going to attempt to pick the lock with a
ball peen hammer.
With a ball peen hammer and a bobby pin.
Dang! Ow.
Oh, missed the box. I got a 2.
You do not succeed.
Okay. I just clang around for a while. and curse as I smash the hammer against the lock to no avail.
Okay.
Does anything bad happen to the lock?
I would assume that in my fit of anger I dent it.
Okay.
All right.
Don't know if that damaged the lock any, because apparently with this, I don't know, swing power of 2, I probably just more than actually strike it.
Okay, so you've managed to make a whole bunch of noise. Bits of dust and dirt fall from the various crevices inside this train car.
Nice.
And nothing else happens that you are aware of.
Right.
Okay. I'm so good at this.
All right, Brandon.
Okay, so you dented the lock.
Scream for help.
I'm going to say I noticed that it's kind of rusty and old, and I'm just going to take the ball peen hammer and try to just take it completely off
Sweet.
the wall.
The door.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna go straight for the hinges.
pins.
So yeah, maybe I'll go for the hinges. I noticed one of the hinges is like messed up. I go for that.
4 for taking a ball peen hammer to rusty hinges. I'll say yeah. You with about a minute's worth of hammering, you managed to actually bash one of the hinges out. The door itself doesn't fall out completely, but now it's sort of half ajar.
And I'm gonna spend my XP point to add. What's something kind of specific?
Breaking and entering.
Breaking and exiting.
Breaking and exiting.
I'm gonna say testing tensile strength.
Testing tensile strength. So Vincent Company has established himself as the engineer of the group.
Nice.
So yeah, that's a level 2.
Okay. What do you see? You've only managed to give yourself a bit of a gap here between the door and the frame of the boxcar so far.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's just kind of fallen off and like hanging ajar. I'm looking out and I'm seeing a huge rail yard warehouse, and I notice there's a couple like hobo fires around, and that's all I can see. I can't tell if there's actually anybody in here.
You're in like one of those half-covered station areas where they just put a bunch of shit?
Yeah, and there's like 10 or 15 sets of rail tracks going in, so it's this massive area.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's dark outside.
All right.
Obviously, since the hobo fires.
All right. What's your action? Let's roll some dice and see what happens here. Okay. For the moment, nothing visible happens.
Okay.
Michael, it is your turn. Your companion has just opened you to the outside world.
All right. I step outside. It's evening. It's a full moon.
What were you rolling for?
I fail my save against preventing werewolf transition.
Oh no!
I start to. That's a 1. That's a critical failure. I start to grow hair and my fangs grow longer.
Oh no!
So Vincent has recently revealed that he is afflicted with lycanthropy.
Michael.
Sorry.
Vincent's fine.
For the moment.
My last name is Corvin, by the way.
Michael Corvin.
Uh-huh.
Is that the guy from REM?
No,
That's Michael Stipe.
it's a guy from Underworld who is actually a vampire. Never mind. Or a vampire lichen mix.
Okay. So, this isn't good.
There's a reason.
I'm going to clamber my way out of the gap in the door and then run as quickly as I can straight towards one of the fires to see if I can get some firewood to clothe him with. Because I'm assuming we have no way of stopping this transformation, so I'm just going to try to get rid of him while I still can.
Short of blowing up the moon, I think probably not.
So it's the light of the moon that actually.
So I'm gonna roll to see. I guess should I see if I can get there, or should I see if I can?
What exactly are you? You were attempting to go to the
Trying to get like a log
fire.
that is on fire on one end that I can come back and use as a club.
Okay. To do that, you are going to have to sweet talk your way, coerce your way, or threaten your way past the ring of hobos sitting around the fire cooking squirrels.
Oh boy.
They pull up, hey boy, want some squeeze?
Werewolf, need a flaming stick.
Roll for panic. You look sufficiently panicked. They don't do anything to aid you. They mostly just sit there and look bewildered and probably half drunk.
Okay.
But you rush past them in the confusion and chaos that you have sown, and you grab a nice hefty flaming branch.
Okay.
You are now equipped with flaming hobo log.
Flaming hobo log.
Nice.
Seeing the shenanigans happening over at this fire, members of neighboring hobo fires suddenly spring up in indignant outrage. Hey! They're manhandling their fire! You can't do that! You now have 5 angry hobos, all armed with flaming logs, approaching your location.
Mine? Wait, what were they upset about? That I was handling their fire?
I think they seem to mostly be angry about the fact that they didn't come up with the idea of brandishing flaming logs first, and they're jealous that you did it. So now they're going to kill you.
Me?
Presumably.
Alright.
Alright, level 1 lycanthrope, Eric.
Since there are 5 of them and 1 of Vincent, I'm gonna, as I continue my full transition to werewolf, I'm gonna roll to see which one of them I eat. Pick a number, 1 through 6. Vincent.
6.
6?
You don't get a skill.
Okay, wait.
Critical failure.
What was your roll for? What was your action exactly?
Since there are 6 people in front of me, which one of them I was going to eat? So I eat one of the hobos.
You eat one of the hobos?
Yes.
The scrawniest hobo, I'm assuming.
Oh wait, so sorry. I should probably pick a hobo to eat and see if I successfully eat them, right? That's a 1.
So he hits you with his club.
Okay, so I charge at one of the hobos and he hits me in the face.
You go loping awkwardly across the terrain. This being your first time transforming into a werewolf, you're not quite done yet. Your bones haven't fully grown.
Right.
You're still not kind of patchy and fur all over the place. And
It's another failure.
crunch up at this guy, and he just pops you across the face.
Is it like that scene in Signs?
It's just like that scene in Signs.
Awesome. There's glasses of water everywhere and it doesn't make sense.
Go ahead and add the attribute of singed to your character. Slightly
Sweet.
singed. Alright, so he sprang to your aid, probably.
Probably, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or he's competing with me. I say, Ukai! Which is the war cry of the Mongols.
Ukai!
And I run at him. I was looking for Vikings, but for the sake of keeping this going. Can I use testing tensile strength attack of his bone?
Bones, right?
I don't really have my ball peen hammer anymore. I'll just roll for do anything for swinging for the fences.
Alright, because this is a contested roll, Eric, you gotta roll a d6 too. Brandon, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a +1 because he's already singed.
Okay.
5.
Oh.
That, Eric.
A 5.
Oh, slightly beat
So
you.
you went, yeah, +1.
You got any experience points to spend on that, either of you? You got 3 experience
yeah.
points. You could spend some if you want to take a hit a little bit better. It's not gonna save you this time.
Yes, I will spend an experience point.
Alright, so your action was an attempt to either dodge or absorb the blow. So you can level up a skill based on either dodging or taking a hit like a man.
I'm gonna take a hit like a man.
Alright, well you didn't, but next time you probably will.
Next time I'll take a hit like a man wolf.
Alright, Eric, go ahead and replace your attribute of slightly singed to charred and battered.
Oh man. Okay.
Alright, so Brandon, that was your action, right?
Yeah,
to go charging gloriously into combat.
Yeah. And then it's you for environment, right?
Alright. Now, the hobos, having gone from a mixture of disbelief from having their social paradigm shattered, for these fires they've only used for warmth and nourishment and occasionally falling into while drunk, everything immediately dissolves into chaos. You hear one hobo screaming, "Race war!" Everyone starts picking up rocks and throwing them at each other. Trash cans are getting chucked around. The fires are immediately scattered into embers and burning logs all over the place.
Wow. So is the entire environment around us starting like a flame?
It's starting to look like a mild war zone, yes.
Okay. Nice.
And
What are you rolling for?
off in the distance you hear vehicles approaching.
Yes.
How many? Just
It's got wolf hearing.
Oh, you do got wolf hearing.
Numerous.
I'll go ahead and give that to you, yeah. You hear what sounds like 2 fairly large vehicles.
okay. Wolf hearing
Sure, okay.
+1. Level 1. Whatever.
So what do you do, Michael, with this now ensuing hobo brawl?
Well, I'm pretty pissed that I've been battered twice. Not just because it hurt, but because it also injured my ego. With my... Why can't I think of the word? With my exceptional sense of smell, the most offensive thing to me is actually the smell of burned hair. So I'm going to come charging at... who was it that hit me last?
Me.
Him?
I'm going to come charging at Vincent And before I even, I'm spending an experience point. I am attacking you.
Well, okay. Describe your attack.
Yes.
Describe your attack specifically.
My claws are now fully extended, and it's a swiping, like raking slash across the face. I spend an experience point on my shitty roll. Does that give me?
It does not grant you a success.
No.
It allows you to add a skill.
Okay.
So through your failure, you learn. So you attempt to disembowel your once compatriot Vincent Company and fail, whiffing at the air, probably startling some rats that were picking on food around the hobo fires.
Okay. So disemboweling level 2?
Sure. Disemboweling level 2.
All right.
And I definitely dodged the fuck out of the way. So I have a dodge level 2.
Because you rolled a 6 on that.
I rolled a 6.
Damn it, it is not my day.
I'm going to protect myself in future rounds with some skills. Alright, so feeling very overly confident after dodging his attack, I'm going to take another swing at him. So it'll be another contested roll.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming I don't get +1 this time.
Oh my
5.
gosh. A 1.
Yes!
Oh
my god!
I hit him again!
Shit out of you!
I'm just like a puppy. I'm not even a werewolf.
Do you have anything? Do you have anything?
I mean, I have two failed roll experience point. Did I get an experience point?
You gain an experience point for failing failing to not get the crap kicked out of you.
I mean, so I go from charred and battered to what? Like,
I'm gonna say
seriously
you
hurting.
swiped and I brought my thing down on your forearm and broke your forearm.
Oh shit!
So you're down to one arm.
One arm. You broke it off.
No, not off, but like it's.
I like that you broke
there.
it off.
Okay.
Let's just say you broke it off. I have one arm now. Mm-hmm. Damn.
One-armed werewolf. Michael, the one-armed werewolf.
Okay.
So it's environment's turn.
Jesus. Okay, well, first of all, the enraged hobos, now completely psychotic and crazy with bloodlust, are going to be swinging at everything in sight. So, first of all, roll to see how many of them go after you.
A lot.
All 5.
You get 1, you get 2 going after you. For stirring up shit. Alright, versus Eric. First hobo's coming after you, again, brandishing a flaming log, so... What did I roll there? 3.
A 2.
Okay.
It's just,
Collecting all that XP.
yeah.
I mean, he didn't hit you very hard,
Yeah.
so we're gonna say he just catches you right across the midriff and burns all your belly hair off.
Oh, jeez.
So you've got a gross burnt brand across your stomach. You reek of burnt hair.
Are they in
Smell-
a particular shape on my... Am I like a mano-lantern?
You look like a man-o'-lantern. That's exactly where that was going. All right, Brandon, you got 2 attacks coming in at you. 1 at 4, 1 at 3. Roll for the 3 first. Success. Roll for the 4 because you're rolling 2 on your dodge. Success. Not a problem. So the werewolf, for all of your supernatural prowess and ability,
The worst.
stumbles directly into an attack by an enraged hobo, and Vincent Company deftly dodges every attack coming his way.
Jeez. What are you? Just
I'm
Vincent.
Vincent Company. The right back for the Manchester City. See?
Is that who?
That's who Vincent Company
With
is.
the right back? What the fuck is that?
The right. He's like the
Is it
defense.
a sportsive thing? Is it
Yeah.
It's a thing of sports.
Is it highlight? Is
I think
it?
he's the right back. He's somewhere on defense or middle.
What sport is this?
Soccer.
Soccer?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right then. So, meantime, the vehicles that you heard and have been powerless to do anything about because you've been getting the shit kicked out of you
Yeah.
have managed to pull up. 2 large tour buses pull up and park on either side of the clearing. You guys are
Tour buses?
Yeah, like big, large charter tour buses kind of things pull up. And the doors open, and out pour a whole bunch of cheerleaders carrying beer.
Why are we fighting?
Michael, your move.
I had a thing planned, but now I have no idea. Well, seeing as how I'm injured, a little pissed, and could definitely use a drink, I'm gonna howl at the moon in anger, and then make my way to the cheerleaders and steal one of their beers, because I need to take a break from the... Like, 2 fighters retreating to their corners, I'm gonna go to the side and just swipe a beer with my good arm from the cheerleader.
I mean,
It's a 4.
You don't really have to roll for that one. She's like, oh, you can just have one. It's fine.
Okay.
That's a male cheerleader, by the way.
A male cheerleader.
He's a castrato voice, so yeah.
Castrato.
He's wearing a 2-piece swimsuit.
Okay. After being injured and more than slightly pissed off that I'm losing this fight to a bunch of hobos and a totally inexperienced non-Lycan, I'm gonna howl at the moon for like reinvigorating myself and see if I can call any other fellow Lycans in the forest to my aid. Call for help.
Okay, you call for help.
Call for help.
Go ahead and roll
3 for howl.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, all right. It's
I mean, and I'm gonna spend because I fucking need something.
You've got some experience points to blow, so
Howl level 2.
yeah, there you go. Pack mentality plus. All right, it's not the most majestic sound a creature has ever made. It does sound a little bit like an injured dog and possibly just an engine overheating. But you howl and you hear sympathetic howls coming from other boxcars surrounding this area.
Oh, so there's more of us trapped in the... Okay.
Yeah, let's just...
Located more boxcars with...
No,
werewolves
they
in them?
start emerging from the woodwork. You see other similarly blank-faced, stupefied people stumbling out of the shadows, slowly morphing into werewolves.
Are they all as bad at fighting as I am? I would hope.
Yes. They are not looking to be as graceful yet.
This is like the chess club of werewolves. All right.
Okay, so...
All right, Michael, your action. Sorry, Vincent.
Vincent.
Can't get this straight.
Vincent sees all of these werewolves emerging, and he turns back to his hobo compatriots / enemies and the cheerleaders, and he goes, "Odin owns you all. We must fight." So I'm gonna roll for inspiring them to fight.
Calling your countrymen to arms.
Yes.
All right.
Maybe.
I was gonna set that pretty low anyways because their dander was already up, and now that they're invigorated by being able to attack Michael and seeing the threat of further werewolves, I'm gonna go ahead and give that one to you just because I think it's funny. The hobos, what was your battle cry? Fuck him up! Or something like that.
Odin owns you all.
Odin owns you all. They're like, yeah! Odin owns us!
Die in battle like true men and women.
Bah! You have whipped the hobos into a panicked frenzy. You have not imbued them with any sense of direction per se. They are now twice as active and way more aggressive. Is that the end of your turn? Is that the end of your context? Okay. First of all, I'm going to roll to see how... if the hobos decide to actually ally with you or not. What should the metric be for this one?
Yeah, right.
No, they don't.
No.
I was like, all right, look at this 50-50. 4 and above, they side with you. All right. We'll see how many of the hobos will join your side out of the, let's say there's 9 out there. All right, so out of the 9 hobos that are running amok, 3 of them come to you and they're like,
Rip Squad!
yeah, all right, let's do this. They're suddenly super jacked up. Their eyes are all bulged out. They're sweating profusely. They reek of alcohol and cooked squirrel meat. And there's still 9 crazy hobos just absolutely running amok, just going batshit crazy.
Okay.
The cheerleaders with the beer are looking around kind of apprehensive. Like, some of them are like, what the fuck is this? What's going on over here? Like, just set up the tables. Just go ahead and set up the tables.
Tables?
The
They start carting out card tables and setting up beer and snacks. So we didn't expect this to be a riot, but okay, here you go. Here's some snacks.
Were they bringing food to the homeless? Was this like an outreach program from their school?
And they just don't care about the werewolf
And they
attack.
didn't realize?
They seem a little bit nonplussed as to why there's suddenly a race war going on.
Jeez.
All right, Michael, your action.
Can I just hand wave that as a Lycan I have healing abilities and repair my arm, or should I roll for that?
All right, if you can find something to do, eat, or consume in some way to justify your healing factor, I'll allow it.
I consume a cheerleader. 4.
Cheerleader rolls at a -1 to avoid being consumed.
She's not.
So earlier you sidled up to a cheerleader and swiped a beer, and they're like, you're sitting there holding the beer, and you're like, you know what would go great with this beer?
Entire cheerleader.
So, okay, you managed to horf down an entire cheerleader.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you heal your arm for that one.
Okay.
You don't get any further benefits from it, but yeah, your arm is at least functional.
Okay. I'm still charred and battered, though. Mm-hmm.
All right, so now shit's gotten serious.
Yeah.
Werewolves be taking down cheerleaders like they're nothing.
Alright, what's a different one that I can do? Finnish like cavalryman. I don't know how to speak Finnish, though.
Where are you from? Mongolian?
I am of the warrior class. And the warrior class has no origin or race or creed.
Yet all these homeless guys, they all speak these languages. I'm impressed.
I'm sorry if you're Finnish because I'm going to butcher this, but Haka Pa'ale! Cheerleaders join me as well!
There's an awful lot of umlauts in that, in what you said there. I could see it from here.
There's a lot of...
Alright, so you're rolling to inspire the cheerleaders.
Cheerleaders. So I already have 3 of these fuckers with me. We need more to fight the werewolves, especially the one that just ate your girlfriend over there. Yes!
Oh, shit.
Inspiring presence.
And you roll a 6. Yes.
Jeez.
You do come out with an inspiring presence. I'm gonna roll to see if the cheerleaders are able to resist your wiles. I'm gonna give them a +1 because they were already like, what the fuck is going on here? No, they do not.
Yes.
So all the cheerleaders have just piled out of these chartered tour buses and started setting up beer and snacks on the sideline, or suddenly like, fuck yeah, this is clearly the right thing to do. They grab whatever they can find and they side up with you. So you now have...
So somebody's got a baton.
Uh-huh.
At least. There's a baton twirler that's always with... Oh, well, that's not a cheerleader. That's with the band for no reason, right? Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
They could have a baton.
But
what's left is like...
form a giant human pyramid.
Yes.
gigantic walking
I will give you
cheerleader.
That's like the first action they take, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Like the Agent Smith in Matrix.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Made out of other Agent Smiths.
Alright. Yeah.
So now you've successfully inspired your team into battle.
Yes.
So okay, let's briefly establish the sides here real quick. We've got you and I said what, 6 other lycanthropes who are now shambling.
We actually didn't find a number, but we can...
Go ahead and roll the die.
Okay. 2.
2. Yes.
Christ, Eric. I'll give you 4.
Yes!
I was gonna give you more than just
Standing
one anyway.
chance at something.
All right, so you got your side of 4 other lycanthropes, and now you're one mostly healed, still kind of flabby and pale, baby deer useless arm.
Did it regrow and it's like the slimy...
Blip, blip, blip. Yeah, it might need a turn before it's fully rejuvenated. And Vincent over on the other side of the pitch with his death squad of 3 angry hobos.
3 angry hobos that are probably on drugs, and then I've got how many cheerleaders? So there's 2 buses. That's a lot of buses for a cheerleading squad because it's usually what, like 4 dudes and 4 ladies, like
Yeah.
So it'd be like 8. Why do they have 2 buses though? Is it 2 cheerleaders?
There was just that much food.
One of them is all beer.
I will go ahead and give you 10 cheerleaders,
Okay.
5 tumblers, and 5 gymnasts.
Oh my god.
Okay.
That's total. 10 total, split 5 and 5.
10,
Yeah.
5.
Oh, okay.
And there are, I believe, last time I counted, still 5 hobos randomly running amok, smacking everything with flaming logs.
Okay.
All right. Now that the sides have been fully established, out of nowhere, from the rafters and ceilings of this giant semi-outdoor storage lot full of rail cars and hobos and now angry cheerleaders ready to fuck some shit up, spotlights pop on and flood the entire stadium, and you hear an announcer's voice booming over a PA. Are you all ready for Death Bowl number 5?
Fuck.
Yes. Yes.
I was just waiting.
In the east corner, we have a ragtag group of lycanthropes and shapeshifters ready to tear some shit up and fight for the moon and blood. And in the west corner, we have this guy with some hobos and some cheerleaders.
This professional soccer player with some hobos and cheerleaders.
Nice.
Are you ready to fight to the death?
Clearly.
Michael, your action.
I'm gonna go for the leader of this pack with my other 4. Was it 4?
4.
Lycans, I'm coming for you, Vincent. Straight at you with my half gimpy.
Michael comes charging across the field.
Just like this epic. It's like Helm's Deep right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. 3.
11.
I get shredded apparently.
Just describe your attack.
Teeth snarling, hands, claws flailing. I leap into the air a good 20 feet to pounce down on Vincent and get impaled, I guess.
Well, you were rolling with your dodge ability, right?
Yeah.
So it's strictly a defensive move.
Okay.
Describe what an effing badass you are as you tumble out of the way.
Yeah, I feel like I should get a hit on him.
I was gonna say, that's like attack of opportunity.
I'll give you a +1 on your next attack.
Oh, okay. So, I see him flying at me, and like right as he gets to me, I just do this crazy backflip, and he just face plants on the ground, and I, like as I land, I'm like ready to fucking drop.
There you go. There you go.
Right on his face. Too bad I don't have the offensive abilities.
Do you have a quippy one-liners you prepare to bash the wolf's skull in with?
Please let it be a
flaming
pun. A pun of sorts.
Oh god. Something about chasing a ball. Especially because I'm a soccer player.
Fetch.
Oh fuck.
Fetch.
Get the stick, boy.
Yeah, here we go. Because I'm a flaming love. Sorry, I faked the throw. I'm gonna bring my log down on his head if I can. Not very successfully.
Oh,
Definitely not very successfully.
What was your
6 for dodge?
disemboweling in hell? Yep. Okay. So, what were you? You can dodge. You can block. You can soak the damage. However, you were choosing to deal with that.
I'll roll to the side.
So dodge. So okay, you gain level up in dodge.
Dance battle here in a minute.
All right. I kind of feel like I just need to take all the dice and roll a whole shitload of them because now we have an entire army on both sides. So cool. How many hobos were there? There were still 5 hobos running around. You had 3. Mm-hmm. This is entirely too complicated. Jesus. I thought this was supposed to be a system without dice rolls.
There's 6 of these.
Perfect. Okay, so I just need... Alright, so the rock ones will be your hobos. I need more dice. We're just gonna roll everything and see how this goes down. So, there's the random street hobos.
Okay, these are mine.
Those are your guys. Here are the blue ones are gonna be for your cheerleaders and tumblers.
I have 5, I need 5 more. How are we comparing these though? Don't they need to go like one-on-one?
I don't know. I was just gonna roll a whole bunch of dice and see what happened.
Swarm versus... Right.
Yeah, I mean, we could sit here and roll all these out individually, but I don't feel like doing that.
Still gonna be adding up a lot of things.
Yeah, exactly. So, cool. All of the... I'm going to give Eric a couple extra dice because his allies are, in fact, werewolves. He's vastly underpowered.
Sweet.
All right, you roll all those. You roll all those.
Okay, so the hobos were 9, 11,
Mm-hmm.
18, 23, 24. 24 for the
I also
genus.
rolled a 24.
You also rolled a 24?
Yeah.
All right.
What are the odds?
Right. In an epic clash of half-formed werewolves versus scantily clad cheerleaders, blood flies, glitter and team livery is thrown everywhere, fur is scattered across the entire field, and as the giant Looney Tunes-esque ball of like flying fists and dust and fire and bits of garbage and stuff settles, you were left with a field full of dead lycanthropes and of dead cheerleaders and tumblers. All the hobos have decided to band back together and just go wander off in search of something they can turn into alcohol. And the field is left with just the two of you standing opposing each other.
Excellent.
All right.
Over the PA system, you hear the announcer say, "That was an epic conclusion to Blood Bowl. Thank you, everybody." The lights shut off. You are now left standing in a dark yard by yourselves.
Call it a draw.
I'm gonna lick my wounds and drink a beer. A 1.
Yeah.
How do you fail at drinking?
I don't know. Do I have a drinking problem? Like airplane?
You crush the can and it spews everywhere. Like, damn it! I'm so clumsy.
I go to drink the beer and it explodes in my hand because I forget how strong I am.
Well, all the cheerleaders are dead, so we got the buses. So I'm just gonna be like, hey, bud, let's get on the bus and go get some chicken and waffles.
Sounds good to me. And scene.
And scene. Thank you for listening to Derailed on the GameSign Network. If you like what you hear and you want to hear more, we can be found on SoundCloud, Stitcher, YouTube, Google Music, and iTunes. So until next time, we got GameSign. Thanks for listening. Bye.